This is the new 2-litre 4-cylinder Toyota Supra, and in this video we're going to find out if driving it is a little bit like going on a date with a smoking hot model, to only later find out they're a little bit crap at sex. Yeah, it looks great, but when it comes to performance, is it a little bit disappointing, if you catch my drift, which is what I'll be doing, along with launching it and generally hooning it around to find out if yeah, size really does matter. It does matter, it does. Let's start this video by talking about the price, because that is the point of this 2-litre Supra. It starts at £47,000, which is £6,000 less than the price the 3-litre starts from. Thank you very much for interrupting me, phone. Anyway, I'll use you now to just show through carwow. Look, you can save an average of £1,700 off a Supra. So you've got to take that into consideration, and the fact that really £6 difference for 2 extra cylinders and a whole bunch extra horsepower. It's a tough one, isn't it? Not that tough, I'd pay the money. Okay, let's talk about the design. You see, Toyota don't really want people to be able to tell the difference between this and the proper 3-litre version. Sorry for calling it proper, it is. Same design, looks great. The only telltale signs for the absolute Supra anoraks are the fact that the exhaust pipes are slightly smaller in diameter, but at least they're still real and still quite large, and they're shiny silver rather than gunmetal silver. Other than that, it's the same. Down the side, it's the same. Apart from the 2-litre starts off with 18-inch alloy wheels, 3-litre start off with 19 inches. This is the Fuji edition, so you do get the 19 inches, and they're black, and you also get this lovely white paint and red door mirror caps. But other than that, normal Supra, fake vents. But otherwise, a fabulous looking car with that really cool double bubble roof. I love the look of this thing, I really do. Round the front saying, you can't tell that it's only packing 4 instead of the full 6. Does that matter? I don't know, we'll find out. Let's check out the inside first though. Okay, let's play a little game of spot the difference. It's going to be brief because what I can spot that's different, the seats. So in the entry-level 2-litre, you get Alcantara seats. In this Fuji edition, they're Alcantara with leather. In the 3-litre, they're full leather. And that is pretty much it. Just like the 3-litre Supra inside, which is good. Very sporty cabin. Love the way that you have this big central tunnel separating you from the passenger. You sit nice and low. Driving position's great. Lots of adjustment in it as well. I like the digital dial layout, really cool. The infotainment system, it runs BMW's old iDrive, which is easy to use, either with the touchscreen or the swivelly wheel. Although you do have this screen that's slightly angled that way for left-hand drive cars, same as in the 3-litre though. And as with the 3-litre, storage is limited, so the door bins are tiny. There's also this annoying thing here with the cup holder, so you end up putting your arm in them. And if you've got something in there, then they're really in the way. Thankfully though, you do have a reasonable sized glove box. But overall, I like the interior. Feels well made, solid, and looks cool, especially with the red leathery bits like that. Anyway, let's check out the boot. So the capacity is 290 litres. Forgot, there's no way to open the Supra's boot from the rear end. You have to press a button in the blooming cabin or use the key. Where are you? Button. Oh, here we go. 290 litres. Oh, it's a real faff to open as well because there's no handle. You have to grab the actual little hatch and then you get your hands dirty. Anyway, 290 litres, which is a decent enough size, you know. It's about the same as a Ford Fiesta, but the awkward shape means it's quite tricky to pack. Look, I have managed to squeeze in. I almost broke my wrist there. There's a big load lift to lift things over. Right, I did manage to squeeze in 4 of these carry-on suitcases like that, see? But like I say, awkward. It is easier to pack the boot on a Jaguar F-Type, and you can get one from just over £55,000 for a 2-litre engine. Anyway, that brings you on to 5 annoying things about this Supra 2-litre. No, I can't fit in it. No, I can't. Swipe up. For some reason, you can't get parking sensors on the 2-litre version of the Supra. You get more than 3-litre, but they've still got the little housing for them at the front there. Look, just looks ridiculous. Let's be honest, 4 cylinders just doesn't sound as good as 6 cylinders. Have a listen to this exhaust. Now, I'm going to let you hear what the 6-cylinder Supra sounds like. Okay, you got that? Now I'll just do this one again. Yeah, exactly. Now we all know that the Toyota Supra is basically a BMW Z4 underneath the skin, and that really upset Toyota Supra fanboys. And Toyota's reasoning was the fact that they needed a Supra to be a 6-cylinder car because that's what it was in the past, and the only way they could do that was to do a joint project with another manufacturer which had a 6-cylinder engine, hence BMW, and the Z4 being the basis for the Supra. Now that being the case, why the heck go and do a 4-cylinder Supra? It just doesn't make any sense, and I find it a bit annoying, really. Thankfully, Toyota has made good by making the GR Yaris, so all is forgiven, but still, Supra fans, sorry guys, it's a BMW Z4 with a 4-pot engine. Unlike with the 3-litre version of the Supra, this 2-litre model isn't available with a heads-up display. It's a bit of a shame because that's quite handy, especially when you're hooning it and want to know how fast you're going. This teeny weeny little 2-litre 4-cylinder engine looks a bit lost in this huge engine bay. It's sort of rattling around in there, barely touches the sides. In fact, you've got all this spare space. Though you can use that for storage, look. Kind of like a front boot. Here's a tripod for filming. Fits perfectly in there, and look, the red piping matches. Anyhow, that brings on to 5 good things about this car. You see, being a 2-litre 4-cylinder, it's considerably lighter than the 3-litre 6-cylinder. In fact, the car is 100 kilos lighter. What do they make that 3-litre engine out of? Depleted uranium? Why is it so heavy? Having a lighter engine in the nose means you get a perfect 50-50 weight distribution, which you don't get with a 3-litre. Less cylinders means less fuel consumed. In fact, Toyota says this car will do 38 miles per gallon, whereas the 3-litre version of the Supra does 34. And in real-world driving, I've managed to get 32.8 miles per gallon out of this thing, which isn't bad for a sports car. Toyota has retuned the Supra's dampers and changed the suspension geometry slightly for this 2-litre. Are you a youngster after a Toyota Supra, but are really struggling with the insurance? Well, the 2-litre version is less expensive to insure than the 3-litre. Finally then, we come to the important part of this video, the performance. So this 2-litre 4-cylinder turbo petrol has 258 horsepower and 400 newton meters of torque. Toyota says it can do 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds, but let's find out. So I've got my specialist timing gear here. I'm going to launch it, see what it will do, and while I'm at it, I'm going to measure it over the quarter mile. Come on then. Launch control active. Oh, that hooked up all right. What are you going to do to 60? 4.84. What about the quarter mile? Don't run out of space, Matt. Be brave, be brave. There we go, 13.37 seconds over the quarter mile. That was quick. Now Toyota claim 4.3 seconds to 60 for the 3-litre, which has 340 horsepower and 500 newton meters of torque. But what did I actually get out of that car to 60 miles an hour and the stunning quarter in reality? Well, I'll put a little link up there, it should be popping out now. If you can't see it, there's a link below the video as well, where you can check out those numbers in my review of the 3-litre version of the Supra. Now, while this car may have a smaller, less powerful engine, Toyota has still fitted it with a 3 litres limited slip differential. Let's see if it'll slide. Oh yeah, it'll go. Oh yeah. Right, that's enough silliness. Let's head off. Oh yeah. Well, do you know what? I'm quite impressed with how it'll slide. I think when you're going quicker, it's not going to be as easy to high-speed drift as a 3-litre, but for just some tomfoolery, this is adequate. And do you know what I've noticed from it? You can tell that it feels lighter. It just feels a little bit more lively and responsive, especially to your steering inputs. It just turns in a little bit quicker. It's not that big a difference, but it is noticeable. So if you're hooning down a back road, this is actually pretty good fun, and it gives you lots of confidence to really stay on the power and blast around a corner, and you can be quite aggressive coming out of the bends because you're less likely to break traction than you are in the 3 litre. As a sports car, this is fun, but there's a problem, and it is the fact that I'm just missing the noise of that 3 litre. I'm missing the shove as well. And one of the things is that when you're around this price point, you're similar money to a Porsche Boxster, and that is more fun to drive. And that was the thing that would separate out the 3 litre Supra. You know, the more basic Porsche Boxsters and Porsche Caymans, they've got the 4-cylinder turbos which just sound awful. That straight 6 in the Supra is lovely. This misses that, and as a result it loses its reason for being. But yeah, once you've tasted the delights of the straight 6, oh man, the 2 litre 4-cylinder is a little bit of a come down. So if you are thinking about buying one of these, never ever go anywhere near the 3 litre. That's all. Just make sure you don't, otherwise you'll regret your decision. You will. So then, what's my final verdict on this new 2 litre 4-cylinder Toyota Supra? Should you avoid it? Should you consider it? Should you shortlist it? Or should you just go right ahead and buy it? Well, I reckon you should consider this 2 litre Supra. It's a good sports car, it's just not as desirable as a 6-cylinder. Hey, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Also, let me know of any other videos you'd like me to do in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.